Hey, once again, everyone, it's Weather for Weather Geeks time. Here it's the Tuesday, October 6th edition of Weather Geeks, not to be confused with Weather Geeks, the show on the Weather Channel. Airs Sundays at noon. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's a good show. It should be an hour long. That show's only a half an hour, and it's really rushed because they got to fit in local on the 8s and all that stuff. They really should expand that show to an hour, but a nice show nonetheless. Be sure and check that out. But of course, this video focuses on Mahoning and Shenango Valley weather, and certainly a more in-depth look at the weather than you can get on TV. We have some clouds around this evening. It turned out to be a pretty cloudy end of the afternoon after a foggy start in spots, a sunny midday. Then the clouds won out during the last third of the day, if you will. And I think these clouds will be around for at least a chunk of the night tonight. Might have to watch for some fog later on as well. Elsewhere across the country this evening, well, not a lot going on. Let me show you the radar. Some showers, thunderstorms in the southwest. The southeast is drying out, thankfully, and that is about it for weather. Not a whole lot of barn burners out there this evening. Here's our next cold front. You can kind of pretty easily pick it out. It's right through here. This is what's coming our way Friday, with a chance for some rain and then some cooler weather to kick off the weekend behind that. So let's focus on the next chance for some rain. I'm going to show you the NAM model first. We're going to skip ahead to Friday. Thursday's another nice day. Friday is our wet day. Here's Friday morning surface map. We have low pressure centered just east of Lake Huron, and then a cold front pushing back through here like this. I think it's raining in a lot of spots at the bus stop Friday morning, and as you head off to work, the question is, how long does the wet weather stick around? The models are speeding this up a little bit, suggesting that a good chunk of this rain is gone by early to mid-afternoon. Here's 2 p.m. on the NAM, showing all the rain pretty much, or at least the vast majority of it, pushing east of the area. GFS at the same time step is a little bit slower, but you get the idea. This is certainly a rainy morning on Friday, with decreasing chances for rain, I think, as we get into the afternoon and the evening. Here's kickoff, football time Friday evening. There might be a sprinkle or some drizzle or something like that, but I wouldn't expect there to be much rain. I would expect there to be falling temperatures, though, and maybe even a gusty wind. So it's going to be a very chilly evening for high school football Friday evening. Temperatures here on the NAM shown to be still in the lower 50s Friday evening. I think that's probably about right, maybe even a little optimistic. Could be no better than 50 or so around kickoff time Friday evening. But again, not looking for much, if any, rain for Friday evening. As we take a look at the weekend then, weekend's going to start chilly as this high moves closer to us Saturday morning. It's going to be a chilly start to the weekend with temperatures Saturday probably no higher than 60, but with this high almost right overhead by the afternoon Saturday, we look for quite a bit of sunshine to kick off the upcoming weekend. Well, one more word about Friday's rain as far as rain amounts are concerned. Here's a look at the SREF, and let me move my browser a little bit here so you can see this a little bit better. SREF is the short-term ensemble forecast. Each of the 21 members of this model represented by a line here. The average of all 21 is this dark line in the middle. That average, as far as rainfall totals, is about 0.4 inches. And this has the support of the GFS rain totals as well. Here's a different model. GFS has about 0.4. So pretty high confident event, both in the timing and the amount. High confidence event, I should say. So rain Friday morning and midday tapering off. Rainfall totals probably somewhere between 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. Again, the weekend looks pretty good, especially Sunday. Sunday should be just a fantastic fall day. The longer range, here's the new experimental product put out by the Climate Prediction Center, part of the National Weather Service, of course, showing the week 3 to 4 temperature outlook. And they're showing a pretty high probability of above average temperatures across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. This runs from the 17th through the 30th. As far as precipitation goes, a high degree of confidence, or at least a medium high degree of confidence in a wet period down here, dry in the northwest, and equal chances of average precipitation, below or above, I should say, during that 3 to 4 week period, 17th through the 30th. So if they're on the money with this, I would expect a mild period and a reasonably close to average period as far as rain. Compare that with the latest climate models. That was a human forecast. Here's a computer model forecast from the 16th through the 26th, not showing much of a signal temperature-wise, maybe a little above average during that 10-day period. The next 10-day period is from the 21st through Halloween, shows a little bit cooler around the region. So a little bit of a discrepancy between the latest run of the climate model and the climate prediction center's forecast. Model looks a little cooler than their forecast does. So what do I think? I think that we are going to tend to probably have a pretty dry October compared to the average, and I think that the middle and latter portions of the month will be overall pretty typical when you average it all out. Some mild days, some cooler days, overall pretty typical. Not looking at a September pattern where we had sustained really warm temperatures for several days in a row. Doesn't look like that's the case for October. Thanks for watching the Tuesday Night Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll have all you need to know as far as the next 7 days and everything else coming up tonight on 21 News at 11. If you're up early tomorrow morning, Jess will wake you up with a fresh forecast on WFMJ today. Have a great night.